Part 3, Part 3, Part 3. Part of Wizard of Oz was in black and white, and then most of the movie was in color.
Right.
Now, have you ever seen the Ripley's Believe It or Not thing about Wizard of Oz?
Can't say that.
Okay, you remember the old show Ripley's Believe It or Not? Jack Palance was the host?
Yeah.
His daughter Holly did a segment once on YouTube, and it's on YouTube, about them doing the story behind the Wizard of Oz and stuff like that. Showed the slippers, showed all this behind-the-scenes footage.
Right.
Tells the story of Buddy Ebsen as the Tin Man. And they show a deleted dance sequence called the Jitterbug. Really great stuff.
Right.
Because I was telling my dad about it on the way down.
Wizard of Oz.
Mm-hmm.
How many times has that been remade?
A couple, once. I
Several.
think. Really?
Well, variations of it.
Variations,
I mean,
yes.
The Wiz was a variation on the Wizard of Oz.
Yes.
I think we had a couple of remakes. There was a
Because they did a Return to Oz, I think. They did a movie version of that.
Yeah. There was a sequel.
That I think Disney did in the 80s or so.
Yep. And then there was a straight up remake in the 80s. Or was it the 90s?
Might have been the 90s.
I think it was the 90s. There was a straight up remake. I'm trying to remember who all played in that.
I can't remember that. I'll have to look it up.
Yeah. It's where the guy got caught in a balloon and went to the Wizard of Oz.
Yes.
Yeah, it kind of that's kind of the sequel. It picks up where the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, Return to Oz.
Yeah, Return to Oz.
Return to Oz was the 80s.
Yep, that was the 80s. I remember that. That's what I'm thinking about. Good cinema.
Yes.
We watched a really interesting show called Morbius this week.
Really?
Yeah, it's a vampire show.
I'm sorry, vampires to me, I'm still faithful to John Carpenter's Vampires, the movie from the 90s.
Well, Morbius is I can't remember if it's a DC Comics or a Marvel.
Now,
I think it's a Marvel, actually, character that they started out with. And, yeah, it's a different take on it. A guy with a genetic blood condition becomes a PhD and doctor and famous research scientist, and he cures his illness, but he cures it with a genetic modification that turns him into a vampire.
I'm sorry, wasn't that iZombie?
No. Morbius.
Now, I started Dark Shadows a long time ago. I remember watching it with Leela, and
Dark Shadows, yeah.
Yeah, because I know I told Tommy Johnson about that one time, and he just gave me that look, and he said, Dark Shadows? You gave up Razorback football for Dark Shadows? And Twin Peaks and and he gives me this long list, and it's just,
Yeah, I really enjoyed the movie with Johnny Depp.
I did too. I really liked it. And it was a cool little cameo seeing Jonathan Fridd in the movie.
Yep.
That was awesome.
Yep. But it didn't even try to be scary. It was humorous all the way through.
You gotta go goofy. Sometimes goofy is always best.
Johnny Depp is really he does humor really well. Dry humor. He does dry humor really well.
Yeah.